Let us begin. Welcome on in, everybody. I want to quickly check to my transcoding. I'm later than I wanted to be because I was trying to find nice transcoding. I was trying to find my nail clips, and you see tinfoil here because I did not find my nail clips, and I'm kind of a little bit irritated, mainly with myself. I'm sure once I find them, I'll go, oh yeah, that's a really logical place for them. But whatever logic there is to it, I cannot currently decipher. So, and anyway, let's do a quick Discord, which I apparently did not pre-write because I'm smart and pro streamer. No. Yeah. Yes. Hey, Gidge. Hold on. Let me just do a quick tweet. And, of course, anybody watching in the future, please feel free to subscribe on YouTube. Or if you'd like to join me live, you can come follow at twitch.tv/Colette MSLP. Okay. Things did. Where's chat? Hey, Spacey. Hey, son. 7 minutes. I'm sorry. I was trying to find my nail clips. The rest of my nail clips. I have a full set of these. I can't find them. I realized last night that I didn't know exactly where they were. And, like, this one is out because usually if I'm just, like, soaking off a patch or whatever, I rarely need more than one. I thought I had 2 out, but apparently I've had so few patches that I only have 1 out. The rest of them are all together. They're in a Ziploc bag somewhere. So, we're going old school. It'll be alright. It's fine. I'm just irritated because this is what they're for. This is why I bought them. I know when I find them, I'll be like, okay, that makes sense. Probably. But, like, there's a couple places that would have made more sense, like all the places that I already looked. In with the gel polish. That'd be a good place for them. In with some of my other supplies. That'd be a good place for them. I don't know what I did. Hey, Dill's mom. Hey, Dino. Okay. I was very bad. I peeled these off. They were lifting. And I just couldn't resist, and I wanted a couple peelies. Don't peel off your gel polish. Do as I say, not as I do. I'm a horrible person. Gidge, what? Don't tell me not to peel off my nail polish. I just said that. Anyway, we got like a hellified cuticle gap going on here. I believe this is 4 weeks old. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I feel like I've had this on. Maybe it's 3 weeks. Is it 3? No, is. I mean, I suppose I could just go look at my VODs. Anyway, like the one. So you see, I broke a corner on this one, and that's why this one started peeling, I think. This nail, the thumb, is one of the breaks I mentioned right there. White balance, please don't be weird. That's why that one started lifting. But like otherwise, I think I did a pretty good job with the gel manicure. I feel like it wore really well. I mean, you see the rest of the nails don't have any chipping. Like my left hand is perfectly fine. Even this one with the break. And another important thing is, I think I've identified the problem of why I out of the blue have all these breaks. Yeah, Mikey. And I just, like, I can picture them. They're in, you know, the Ziploc bags that have the little slidey thing on the top. They're just, you know... I can't remember when I last would have needed, like, a full set of them. Like, last September? Like, really? I don't need them very often. But when you need them, they're very handy. You know, basically, these will clip on your nail. Some people find it a little bit creepy. It doesn't hurt. It's not like a strong spring or anything. And it'll hold the cotton with the acetone on there while you're soaking things off for long periods of time. I guess this is an opportunity to show you guys the old-fashioned way with tinfoil. If you don't already know it. I'm sure probably most of you do. Oh, goodness. I had such a hassle with that, son. So, anyway, I suppose we should do like maybe one more flashlight time for the road before we take this off. I really like, it would be pretty difficult for me to wear something for a month and not get bored by it, but this was, I mean, I kind of got used to having it on, which is amazing to say you can get used to having this on your fingers. But, I really, really enjoyed this. What? Dino, were you not here when I did this? Have you not seen this? Or for the, no, well, I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Did I not do any flashlight time on these for the Color Club haul? Like I said, I've gotten used to having this on my nails. That's how long I've had it. And that's why I really wanted to have just like a couple peelies. When they were peeling, I just like, I couldn't resist. And it's okay. Like if it had been bad, I would have stopped. I wouldn't have done it. But like they came off okay. It was fine. You guys don't worry. So this is, hold on. Turn off my flashlight. So I set it down and just drain every little ounce of my battery. I have it right here, I think. Yeah. And I'm sorry to say that it appears that they no longer carry this dino. If you were interested, this is Madame Glam's. I guess they just called it Holo Rainbow, although obviously it's like a purple holo. It was buffed into the tacky layer of a black gel and then top coated. Yeah, and it's purple. I mean, it's phenomenal. I mean, here's the other flashlight. Like, it's phenomenal. Aw, Gidge, I hope you have an okay day at work. You start your new thing today, maybe it won't suck if you start your new thing. Phone, please be quiet. Alright, just be quiet, phone. I don't know. So, we peeled off these because we're bad. We're a horrible person. The general way for removing gel is soaking it. So, now, I'm trying to remember like how long or wide of a shape I would like. Let's just go about like that. I think that should be okay. So I'm gonna cut each of these into 6 and then I'll have a couple extras. Oh, we're getting all kind of weird reflections and stuff. So basically, you know, these are a little bit long, but it's better to have them too long than too short. So you end up with a strip about like this. Yeah, this is going to be like way gigantic. It could probably be more like that length than this length. But it's not a huge deal. So we're going to stack these up over here. I'm sorry if this is making a horrible, horrible sound. rubbing against itself. Yeah, wrap my nails to block the aliens. Hey, Music Gal. Alright, we're just gonna be, as I was about to explain, like you want to soak your gel polish, but the top coat is like pretty resistant even to acetone. So what you want to do is you want to break that layer with the file. And this is where I think like salons and shit could get around to fucking up your nails, because they just get a little bit too enthusiastic, or they're using one of them fucker things, and they'll just want to do the whole thing, or they'll just be lackadaisical about it and go down to your nail bed. Like, don't do that. I know that this manicure is clear top coat, purple glitter, black base coat, my nail. So we want to get through that, the clear layer basically. And I'll usually go through a little bit of the purple, but once you start seeing black, you want to stop, because under the black is just a little bit of base coat in your nail. And you're just going to soak that off, and it's not that bad. So, we shall begin. I don't know how bad this is going to sound on the microphone either. And this is a pretty harsh file. This is a 120 grit. So you see, should we be a little closer? No, probably that's fine. Like, we're getting through the purple and down to the black pretty easily with this. Of course, be careful of like your cuticles and your skin. Now, if you were working with something that was all one color, you'd want to be a little bit more careful. I'd say, you know, just go until you can tell that the shine is gone. But if you can do a little bit of extra filing, then it'll make the soaking off easier. So I'm just trying to get rid of all the purple. So there's going to be a lot of this. We're going to need something to talk about, you guys. So how's everybody's weekend? My weekend is literally just beginning, because I haven't done anything other than get up and get ready for a stream. But I know lots of people have probably been up for more than a couple hours. Alright, we got our cotton. I've had this box of cotton for such a long time. Dang it, I lost count. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sally sells these big boxes of, they're like salon coils, I think they're called. Is that what it says? Yeah, it's a salon coil. They sell them with or without string. I don't know why you would want string in it. Like, this is just a roll of cotton. I mean, you could even probably, if you had small fingers, like, pull it in half this way. I just tend to go for, you know, slightly larger than finger-sized pieces. Again, better too large than too small. You could find the original post of when I bought this box of cotton on my blog. I think I've had this for 10 years. Now, granted, like, in recent years, I've done a lot of, like, peel-off type of things. Okay, I'm trying to show you guys this without knocking over the acetone. So we got cotton, nail. Like, you kind of want to almost, like, fold it over the tip, too. Like, you don't want it to accidentally start folding away from the nail. And then you just put your nail in here. And we'll kind of tuck it and pull it so that it's tight that way. Like that. And then I like to bend it over like that. And we got a little package. Oh, good luck, Music Gal. I gotta really be careful with this acetone. I feel like I'm very close to knocking it over. I know when Jerry and Ribbons were house hunting, you know, there's... You find a house that you really like, and then there's, like, other people interested in it, or there's behind-the-scene issues, or there's, you know, the seller is a jerk, or, you know, just there's so many different factors than just finding the right house. But I hope you can at least find the right house. I hope you have to deal with the other factors. I hope you find a house that's worth dealing with the other factors on. I'm really glad. This file, I mean, it was kind of obvious, like I didn't say it. I bought this file for this purpose. Like, I would never have a file that was 120 grit anywhere near my nails. Please let me make that clear. This was bought specifically for if I did another gel manicure and needed to file it off. And this is the first time I've had to use it. But like, even a regular, like, emery board coarseness, I would say this is probably even a little coarser than an emery board. But it's making this so much easier than the last time I had to do this. Like, so much easier. Well, yeah, exactly. If they're both pretty much the same. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like it's one of those things like, how long was I missing out on glass files? Like, when did glass files first become a thing? I mean, obviously I didn't know about them when I was a kid. I didn't know about them until like I started blogging. But like, when did glass nail files actually come around? How long was I missing out? Alright. Again, like I said, make sure you, like, because we wrapped our tips. We want to make sure that the tip is soaking. So you want to make sure to, like, tuck your cotton. And just make things tight. So that it stay, like, you can feel the pressure that it's putting on your nail. You don't want it just wrapped around there. You want it forcing the cotton to stay in contact with your nail. Hey, Amethyst. I shouldn't have wrapped that quite so low. I'm impacting my knuckles, and now I can't move my fingers, and I feel goofy. But Dino, you literally don't have to replace glass files. And they're not expensive either. We've had this conversation before. There's no excuse. There's no excuse. I wonder if they make glass files that are like coarse enough to be intended to be used to like file off gel polish. Is that a thing? I'd get one of those. Now this nail, I should be mindful. This nail has a break, and I just patched the break right through the gel. So I'm not sure how this is gonna look once we get the gel off. I actually could tell the difference while I was filing between the gel polish and the gel from the patch, which is what reminded me. Sorry, I keep hitting the ring light. I'm not actually showing you guys a very good angle, am I? I'll try to get a little bit. Oh, that does sound like I could feel it. It's like sand under your nails. Musical. 1997. I mean, I know it's like it is a texture thing, but man, they're just so superior. That's good enough. And sometimes, like, if I feel like it's a little bit tight, you can, like, stretch it out a little bit. Hey, Lorca. Dude, dropping it is not going to break it. It's not, like, thin as a fairy bubble. The only time... Okay, you want to know how I accidentally broke one of my glass nail files? like purely by my own stupidity, number one. They should just go back in a safe location when you're done with them, like the rest of your tools, so that you can find them when you need them. I left it out on my desk. It ended up under a paper towel, and I spent the evening picking up and putting down my metal mug on top of it repeatedly while I was streaming. So several hours of on top of it is what broke it. And it just, I like it broken too. It's actually still usable. I didn't get rid of it. So, I mean, they're not fragile. Yeah, you can break them, but... Oh, freaking mobile. I don't always have too much trouble on mobile, but sometimes if I'm getting buffering, then I start falling really far behind. Just have a glove on your filing hand, son. So you don't have to touch it, but you can use it. The one that's holding the file can have a glove on it. And also, like, when I do this kind of like filing of the gel, like, I don't know how people that do like acrylics like get that even shaping to happen, because I can see how unevenly I file, even though I'm trying to be fairly even. Or am I filing even and my application was lopsided in the first place? Because there's still purple there. I see it. Like, that's, I mean, when you think about it, it's one of those things, like, if you watch it, because I mean, like, I never do acrylics, obviously, but, like, they're kind of fascinating to watch. Like, it doesn't really look that major, but, like, that's one of those skills that's kind of, like, subtly impressive. One of those, if you've ever tried it yourself, you realize it's not that simple. Okay. I don't know why this finger feels more awkward than all the others to put this on. I never found my clips, Lorca. I have one. I have the one that I normally keep out for soaking off patches. I don't know where the rest are. They're together. They're in a Ziploc bag together. How much those 10 packs of emery boards cost you? Probably one 10-pack of emery boards would be like one glass file dyno. And yeah, you'd only get one, but you would only need one. I cut this nail while I was playing last night. I just was like, you know what? This nail is too long. Like, it's grown out to the point it was really making it awkward to do stuff in Hollow Knight. So in the middle of stream, I filed it down. Oh, music. Yeah, I like her stuff. It's like, I would never wear that, but shit, that's cool. All right. What time was it when I first wrapped my pinky? That's an excellent question, Self. Too bad you didn't remember to remember the time after glancing at the time. I looked. I probably should wait a little longer. Wait, did that? Oh, it's fine. Felt like it twisted the cotton. Oh, I should've. I'm having a hard time doing the thumb here. It's just a weird angle. There. I've been on for 25 minutes. Did I really start that quickly? I mean, if that's so, then the pinky should be ready. Because the next step after filing and soaking, this is just like a bunch of purple dust and glitter, yeah. Yeah. It's gonna be a little bit of scrapey. Look at all that. Ew. Shiny dust. Can you just like get off to the side here? So I'm not just like right in you. There. Let's take a look at the pinky. I mean, it's not like we can't wrap it back up if we want to. Alright, so we peel off that. Now, unlike with polish, it's not like you just pull it off. It kind of gets to a point where, yeah. It gets like this. KJD, hello. Hey, Math. It's going. I couldn't find my nail clips. We're going old school with tinfoil, and we've just started seeing if the gel is ready to cooperate. I think probably a slightly longer soak. Well, ew. Oh, hey Spacey. Did I say hello? Yeah, stylus fingers. Yeah, I think I can get the rest of this too. Now, if you don't trust yourself with a metal tool, just use an orange stick. But, yeah. I'm gonna let the other fingers soak just a little bit longer. Of course, also, the more you file off, the less soaking time you necessarily need. Hey, Doc. Are you getting started pretty shortly, Math? Because 7 for you is 6 for me, right? This is why I said I'd probably not be joining. Especially since I got started quite late on this. Now, you do have to be careful to differentiate between your nail and base coat. Don't be like, oh, that's gotta be base coat, and then like it turns out to be your nail. But as long as you're like patient, and if it's like really stubborn, guess what? Just wrap it up again. If you feel like it's super thick, file it a little more and wrap it up again. I actually can't tell if this is base coat or if my nail is peeling in this particular spot. Just like right here. There. The staining. Look how much the staining has grown out, like to here. Okay, that was a horrible angle. Man, cuticles are looking rough. as hell. Only Manchi Larko? Hey, Waz. I hope you rest well. I don't know, Musical. a cut, a trim, a very large trim. We've got this low break now. And God, that looks horrible on camera. It's not as bad as it looks, you guys, but it's pretty bad. That's the most recent one. Oh, I didn't finish explaining to you guys that why I discovered, or how I or what I have attributed all the fucking breaks to. But I do think that I know if it depends on how low they are once I get this all off. Like this one, it's really low, but I think, camera, you wanna focus for me, camera? Maybe not. Like this one's really low, but it's my gaming thumb, which I always keep pretty low. So I might like just cut that corner off and take the rest of the nail really low. I don't know though. That's going to be really short. We already barely have any free edge on that nail. Oh. But yeah. So my theory, which like seems to make sense, is there was a period of a couple weeks, maybe even like a month. Like I just lost track of time because you guys know it's just, you know, you forget about stuff. I ran out of my biotin supplement and I haven't been going out. So it's not like, oh, I'm gonna just run to Target. Like I was waiting to get enough together for a Target order to get hello free shipping. And, I think that's what it was. It was a while ago at this point. Like I didn't immediately even connect it, but I think it's because I missed out on my biotin for a while. Payday is looking dangerous. Alright, let's see this one. Yeah, that's flaking off pretty nicely. It's so weird. It's like a very odd texture. Like I'm hardly using any pressure here. I'm trying to be very careful. Oh, although the edges might... I didn't do a very good job filing the edges there. They might need a little more soaking and or a little bit more filing. Oh yeah, Beanie is still here. I don't know why he laid so far away from the tinfoil when it was on his chair. He's like crammed in the corner over there. Yeah, I had a friend who tried it and had that problem. But like I used to have a lot of peeling on my nails. That was the main reason I started taking biotin. But I guess something like this shows me that it's, you know, it's not just the peeling that it's helping with. Like, it's the strength overall. Or it's a coincidence, and after almost a whole year of, like, not breaking nails, with a few exceptions, I just happened to get 4 extremely bad low breaks that, when like, lined up next to each other, are actually almost all in the same place in my nail. So yeah, I don't know. Actually, you know what? It doesn't even matter if I get the tips clean because we're cutting everything. I mean, even if I don't go major, we're going low. We're going probably past my comfort point. Hey, Basenji. Like, I don't... If there are any that are still in the nail bed, I'll consider patching them, but I just, like, I don't I don't have the mental fortitude to deal with patches like I used to. So, okay, the break is over here. So I want to be careful over there. Scrapey, scrapey. You were at a kitty stream? Kitty streams are chill. I hope you follow Can't Stop the Kittens if you like kitty streams. They do games in the daytime and kitties in the nighttime. So yeah, this is what patient gel removal looks like. Anybody that's ever been intimidated to gel like damaging your nails, you'll see how we look once we get everything fully taken off. So it's hard to see. Oh, that's still pretty low. I think we might still have to patch this one. Or wait, is that... No, maybe we can... Okay, that is higher than I thought. I don't know. It's like right... Do you see the line right there? Oh, come on. Right where I was pointing, except I can't point because apparently my tool is too shiny. Like right there. Camera. Oh, okay, the top is on. That was the acetone. I was being really lazy about shaving, and then I was sitting outside and it was breezy. And I had a little creepy crawly feeling because of my own damn leg hairs, and I was like, yeah, okay, maybe it's time to shave. I'm not even kidding. I was like, yeah, I don't like that. Yeah, so that one, like, I started, like, I felt it. Like, I just felt like this dull pain. This has been here for, like, 2 or 3 weeks. Shortly after we put the gel on is when I noticed this. I felt it, and I kept looking, and it was like, I don't see anything, I don't see anything. It was like I felt it before I could see it beyond the gel, and then I saw it, and I was like, well, okay, we'll patch it without taking the gel off, and it held pretty much. Now this is the one that made us put the gel on in the first place. This is the one that was very deep and painful looking and quite scary. So hopefully... Ooh, now that's nice. See how... Partly probably because there's a patch under here. The gel does not seem to super love sticking to the other gel. So, how far has this grown out? $1 million question. Also, did I unintentionally soak off the whole patch? Because that was a big old piece of gel that just came off. Yeah. Gosh, this one's kind of hard to see right now, too. I mean, I guess that speaks to I did a good job patching it. But I want to see where you actually are. Break. Man. I can't. I think it's right here. So still slightly below the free edge. We shall have to consider. I still think I'm going very, very short, though. This actually, like, I really like this length, but it actually feels too long to me now. I'm too used to having short nails. It's, yeah. I'm gonna zoom in for this one. Because it's easy to hold the thumb in a good position. Does this need more soaking? This doesn't feel very, like, crumbly. Might need to soak this more. Dang it! You weren't ready for your close-up, thumb. Yeah. Yeah, well, and we can get to work on filing the other hand. I can deal with one finger in foil. Even if it is the thumb. Family movie time. What are you watching, Bill's mom? Yeah, I mean, I was kind of prepared to go that short, Amethyst. Gosh, how am I gonna do this? I thought I could do this with my thumb. Foiled. Yeah, I can. It just feels very clumsy to, like, hold. This is not my preferred nail filing position. 0 of 10 would not recommend. Excuse me. Tea burps. So, quote unquote, early for me, I'm still drinking my tea. Also, I feel like I've been missing, like, a ton of chat, so I apologize. I'm trying to keep up with it, but... I know y'all aren't here to watch me read. Alright, so all, you know, like, with that in mind from the other hand, too, I'm going to try to be just, like, slightly more aggressive on the filing here. Make sure to really get the edges. Yeah, well, it's easy to say, like, oh, it doesn't take that long to grow them back, but it both does and doesn't. Because maintenance filing is a thing. You know, I don't know why. You know, I didn't set an alarm and I thought I got enough sleep last night, but then, like, I've made several moves that made me realize that I'm dumb and I did not get enough sleep last night. Like cutting foils and pulling cotton for 10 fingers as though I hadn't done peelies on 2 of my nails and only had 8 fingers that needed soaking. Alright. Pinky wrapped. Let's look at the thumb again. God, it's so awkward working with this like this. Oh yeah. Yeah, you see the difference just that little bit made? That was actually a great demonstration. Like, unintended, but... it really, just a couple more minutes made a huge difference in how this was coming up. And the thumb is done. That's interesting. Those kind of things can affect how your nails grow, though. In unexpected ways. I should have looked at the clock when I put the pinky on. Oh well. Now it's 6:09. I'm actually not sure if I'm going to do a manicure once I've got everything done. Just because I'm not sure if I'm going to be, like, up for it. Because this is the price I pay for having a really nice manicure that didn't chip or peel or give me any kind of hassle for 4 weeks. Yeah, that's true, Music Al. I should. I want to do... I don't know. So I've got several ideas, kind of, that I want to do. I want to do something with the flakies. I mean, I haven't even had the flakies on my nails. We did that stream right after I did the gel nails. 'Cause shipping. Okay. How does a peel? Has anybody done that? How does a peel off work on top of a gel mani? I don't know if I want to do that though, because that'll mean eventually I'll have to super soak off that. Maybe though, like that could really. I don't know. We'll see. Like, we're so far from that. So unfortunately far from that still. Camilla, thank you for the follow. No, you're right though. I should put something on it, even if it's just like something that I intend on taking off in a day or two. Probably not tomorrow. So tomorrow, you guys, anybody who's looked may have noticed that the community goal can no longer be donated to because in fact it was met last night. And that's what we're going to be doing tomorrow. I'm going to be playing a cursed Hollow Knight randomizer seed, which means that other than absolutely required items and charms, everything is replaced with 1 Geo! So, that ought to be a jolly good time. It's just very troll. Very troll. It would almost kind of, I don't know how much logic there is to Buttspot, but like if it actually took to heart when people told it no or yes. I don't think it actually does. Alright. So okay, that just somehow like unrolled itself. Whoopsie. Alright. Just looking at these breaks. Maybe I should just... It's really difficult to see. I think I need to soak off the rest of the patch here. That would help. Or at least partially. So I'm gonna rewrap this just for a little bit. Much sloppier wrap because it's not for as long. Actually, I suppose I could have just used the clip, the one solitary clip that I know where it is, of a pack of 10. So you have 10 fingers, and wouldn't it have been nice to have 10 clips? It's my fault. Oh. We are 75% through soaking off the gel. This is the gel we've soaked off. And, yeah, we're contemplating exactly how short I want to go. Like that. Oh, that was weird. I didn't mean to get quite that close. Yeah, that break is just barely... I mean, I could go that short. The tips of my fingers would be exposed, though. I hate having the tips of my fingers exposed. They're baby skin. They're not used to seeing the light of day. Alright, let's see if this is a little bit more. Some of these too still have a little bit of base coat on them. Like I said, I kind of erred on the side of caution, but eventually I'll have to finish cleaning those up. Okay, there it is. There. Also, what is this? Is this a secondary little low break, or is this remnants of base coat? I think that's a little new baby break. That's so fucked up. How? How actually? The original break. The new break. Okay, I get it. My tool is too shiny. I just can't even. Also, my cuticles. Like, okay. I was looking at them when the polish was still on, and I was thinking, oh, that's not too bad. But now they just look like ridiculously bad. We're going short, dude. We're going short enough that I'm gonna have to do it before I think about it too hard. Yeah, that's true. And dried out. You know, I should have... I'm dumb. I should have, like, put on some, stuff. Some, like, cuticle oil at the very minimum, or some mango balm or something. Like, I have this. You guys know about this? And I don't use it very often because it's like kind of almost like glommy. That's like super technical description, obviously. But it would have been perfect for this. It's like the third thing I've done that's make me feel super dumb. I thought of this before when I was thinking about soaking off the gel. I was thinking, oh, it won't be too bad. I'll have my nail clips and my mango mend. Guess what I don't fucking have any of? Well, this is exactly the perfect would have been situation for it. Yeah, I definitely... I get... This is like... I went back to this. I was on the Bliss Kiss for a while, but I really like the California Mango Oil better. My nails just seem to react better to it. I really do think this all comes down to being... Also, hello, Mozilla. Did I say hello? I think this all comes down to slacking on my biotin and not realizing that it was actually, like, fucking a serious problem. Like, actually. Oh, well. The pinky should have had at least 10 minutes at this point. So let's see here. Oh, yeah. Wow. How come this is coming off so nice? Can you see that? It's like already. Is it maybe because I did a better job filing, like I said? Or did the other nails not soak as long as I thought? That was super easy removal. Even awkwardly left-handed. I mean, I've been back on biotin for a while. Like, I don't know exactly how it lines up. But, I don't know. I hope I can nip this breaking in the bud. I hope it doesn't, like, continue to give me problems. Like, I don't, and it's, like, weird if you think about, like, how biotin grows out with your nail. You know, am I going to continue having problems until, like, the nail is fully grown out from the part that didn't get enough biotin? Or will it absorb enough biotin because it's still part of the nail bed that it'll be fine? Yeah, yeah. Kind of amethyst. You know, because if you, I mean, your nail changes every day, right? Like it grows a little tiny, minuscule, microscopic amount every day, right? So if you take biotin every day and it grows a minuscule amount every day, then as it grows out, then that little part on its journey gets more and more biotin because it's had biotin every day. But then if you have a break in the biotin, then everything that's currently growing has a break in the biotin. And then when you pick up the biotin again, like then are the pieces? I don't know. Am I making sense or am I like literally just rambling? I don't. You could tell I've overthought this considerably since it occurred to me that that's what the problem was. This is kind of awkward almost to handle. Left-handed. It's like the bevel is not in the correct direction. I never really noticed, but I mean it is at like an angle. It's much easier to wield right-handed. Like proper analysis. You know, thank you, Musical. Make me feel just a little bit less crazy inside my own head. I don't know. I just hope the rest of my nails can recover because otherwise I could be screwed for months because of a couple weeks error in judgment and forgetfulness. In any case, keeping them much shorter is going to be the way to go. For now. Hey, Ginger. Yeah, because it's like... It's so hard to see because the camera hates it. It's like angled, it's also like curved slightly. So I don't know, like when it's in my like if I hold it like this, it's more natural to go like that, but if I do like this, it's like the same, but it's not the same. I don't know. Alright, let's finish off. I've seen it. I mean, actually, I'm not sure if I've seen it. I've heard of it. And I remember being astonished that Zoya was venturing into gel polish. Okay, this is possibly the worst break, you guys. I really should have done something about this. It's just been flopping around for like 2 days. Getting caught on things. But I was like, I'm about to take off the gel. I don't want to do the patch it through the gel thing again. I'll just wait. Cross my fingers and wait. Come on, here. The tips are tricky sometimes. Just like with a regular polish, it's almost like it cures just slightly different on the tips. Okay, carefully. Oh, shit. Yeah, that's a nasty one. Fuck. I probably don't want to try to... Yeah. That's gonna need patching. Sad face, you guys. Oh, it doesn't hurt. Of all of them, this one didn't hurt. I don't know. You can see it's kind of lifted though. Like my nail bed is no longer even right there. Like that should be nail bed above the break, but it's not right now. Oh, trimming down that far? Yeah, no. That's gonna be a no. We can reuse these if we need to. Not that one because it ripped. But these. Okay. We will put these over here for now. We are dry. When I apply my oil, I just go under my nails. It's the gargle. Cause when I'm playing games, I tend to. I love her that you just see her as happy and sparkly. Yeah, no, it's the panic gargle. That's how my video game sounds have been described. Sometimes it's not always a panic gargle. All right. So, I think we're going fingertip length. Maybe a little longer. Fuck. Sad face. Should I patch this before I trim it? Or will it be easier to do it afterward? I think I'm gonna go ahead and trim it. Yeah, it is very versatile. Sorry. Precision. Well, you guys can see the results. We'll file them evenly. I just use this to get rid of some of the length because you can't count on trimming going evenly. Yeah, clippers of doom. Whoa, where'd you go? God, that's a really bad break. Now this one, I'm conflicted on whether I should patch it or cut it. I should probably patch it. It's really deep. I'm gonna have other patches that I'm gonna have to deal with, so I might as well. Alright, let's even these up with my big boy. We'll finish off the corners with my little file. Where's my little file? Here it is. Hey, yo. We've just committed a massacre. God. Yeah. Very nubbin. Alright, so we'll do this. We'll do cuticles. We'll do patches. That doesn't surprise me, especially since some whitening toothpastes have baking soda in it. And a baking soda peroxide scrub is the best stain remover that I've personally tried. But usually I don't care. That was the time I had Smurf Killer nails. They were just, like, those were so bad that they would just have impacted my nail art. Like a little bit of yellowing, who honestly cares? Maybe I did. There's like a step-by-step back on Instagram of when I did it. I remember there were 4 steps, and I don't remember what each one was. Maybe I did give the toothpaste a try. But I just remember that the baking soda peroxide was... like, it brought my nails back to regular color from blue. Like, and I'm not talking about, like, blue. Like, no, blue. Okay. Gotta be gentle when you're filing a nail with a break. Sorry, I know I'm off camera. I'm just trying to be, like, super, super mindful of this. I feel like maybe I even should consider patching it and then finishing filing it. Maybe I can just... Yeah, I mean, I think people accept a little minor staining. But bad staining is just frustrating. Like, really. Nice. Congratulations, son. Honestly, it's nice because once you have it figured out, it's not like you generally have to mess with it again. Hey, Sparkles. Welcome. We've just committed a massacre of my nails. It'll be okay, though. I'll be okay. I'll make it through this somehow, you guys. Oh. It is sad face, though. Sorry. Should I zoom out a little bit more, maybe? It's hard to stay on camera when I'm filing. God, we got such a pile of... I guess it wouldn't look so weird and gross if it wasn't black. It looks like I have a pile of ashes on my desk or something. That's the remnants of the gel polish for anybody that's just popping in. Okay. So this one I think I can maybe get away with not repatching? No. I'll at least need to do a fresh layer of gel on there. Wait. Is that? Hold on here. Where's my... Aha! Okay, it's a little bit lower than I thought. See it there? So that is still in the nail bed. Just in time for the fun part. Oh, that's nicer. That's nicer than ashes. Yeah, dirts and worm. Worms and dirt. Dirts and worm. Wow. Okay. What did I say earlier about perhaps not being as well rested as I thought? Yeah. Yeah. Although I've had it with vanilla pudding, not chocolate pudding. Or maybe it was chocolate and vanilla pudding? You know, that little bit of cuticle oil too. Honestly, I feel like it's helping get up this last little bit of gel around the edges. Maybe I should have done that earlier. Maybe if I'd have put on my mango mend in the first place, we'd have had an easier time of it. Does he know that he's the Space Unicorn ringtone? They're so small! I don't know. I just feel like my hands are big enough that they look really weird when my nails are this short. But it's a me thing. There's nothing wrong with short nails. Have your nails whatever the fuck length absolutely makes you happy. This doesn't make me happy. It doesn't exactly make me sad, but it doesn't make me happy. But you know what will make me happy? Not getting any more breaks. And you know what would help that is very short nails. So, we deal. We deal with it. Sparkles. I mean, that's not a bad idea. That's a great idea, actually. Alright, some of these have a little bit of base coat left on them. I can feel it. Like I can kind of see it too. Those little dirty looking specks. Okay, so this really isn't that bad. It's fine. She said convincingly. I probably might give my nails a real quick buff also. Maybe after I do the cuticles. I don't buff them very often, but just to even everything out. Even here, like, can you see? Nah, not really. Okay. Actually, we could probably get a little color. So we have the before filing and after filing. Well, not before any filing. I should have done a side-by-side before any of that. That break just sticks out like a sore thumb. Okay. Congratulations, yo. That's fun news. Oops, there's a little bit left over here. Yeah, that's interesting that the oil really helps those little extra bits come off. You seem excited, so I'm assuming that you like the person that she's engaged to. Sometimes when you do like a lot of filing to even out the length, you'll get like a little lip of stuff under the edge. So don't forget to like take care of that. I feel like most of you guys probably know that, but what if somebody's like never did? They just, I don't know. Random shit I decide to comment on. Oh, good. I mean, ideally that's always the case, but realistically, I mean, I know that's not always the case. Repotted the catnip. Ooh. We don't have any that we keep like around because there's enough that grows wild that I can go and like harvest beanie some every now and then. Alright, definitely need to take down the length on this a little bit more. Hey, Caritha. Welcome. We're in the middle of massacring my nails. Tiny nubbin massacre. The massacre. Oh, we've got some rather nasty breaks to deal with still also. Yeah, I feel like I'm probably going to have to patch that and then finish shaping it. Usually I like to, like, file my nails first, because once I've got it patched, I don't like to... Sorry, guys. I don't like to mess with it, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to get that the way I want it until it is patched. Especially with, like, the edges. Getting a little small bit of taper and getting the corners. Yeah, not all cats are into it, and different cats are into it in different ways. Like, Frisky used to just rub against it. Bane is a licker and an eater. You give him a piece of catnip, he's eating it. Frisky, I remember one time I gave her a piece outside, and she rubbed against it so much and so hard, She was on the cement. She rubbed her chin like raw. I was like, okay, note to self, don't give the cat catnip outside anymore. I'm gonna take this thumb a little shorter. Like as short as it can comfortably be. Fingertip length for the gaming thumb. Plus, because it's got a break. Yeah, I've got 4 breaks right now. This is the worst one. And I just decided everything had to get short. Hey, Ray Ray. Welcome on in. I'm like determined to do this before I... Maybe if I just do like this. That should be fine. And then like... Because I definitely want to get it shorter than it is right now. Sorry, I know I'm off camera. I'm just looking at this very critically and carefully. Well, at least trying to be careful. Get this ready for a patch. Round off the corner just a little bit. And this one too. I think right hand is a little bit longer. Not much though. They're pretty close. Pretty even. I find it harder to get short nails like fully even too, like with my preferred squoval shape. I don't know why exactly that is. It just feels like they're... I look at them and they're like subtly uneven. Or maybe they're always subtly uneven and I just notice it more when they're short. Just giving them some final close examinations. Hey, Beanie Pets. Hi, buddy. Oh, are you a sleepy boy? Careful, you kind of close to the edge here. Can we scoot you? Yeah, when you switch over, it's always like, okay, I'm pretty sure I did everything right, but does this thing really work? Okay. It's been a long time since I went this short. Last time we went short, it didn't actually end up being that short, I don't think. We being me. Whereas this just feels very, very short. Like almost my fingertips are exposed. That's like the shortest iteration of short. Depends on your nail bed though. Like some people have nail beds that like feel like they almost go all the way to their edges of their finger. I am not one of those people. Oh, thank you, Ms. I've had mixed results when I've like tried going into the store. Like it's all about, you know, how knowledgeable is the rep that you end up stuck with. When I first got my phone, I remember that guy was great. Very patient with me as somebody who was very late to getting a cell phone because I just honestly didn't care about cell phones. Alright. Cuticles. Thank you, Lurka. Alright. Let's go for it. Push them, scrape them. Maybe do a quick buffing. And then I need to decide, like, what time? Gosh, it's almost 7. I'm sorry I didn't get started earlier, you guys. I should have just, I don't know. I don't want to say I should have given up on looking for the finger caps, because, I mean, hindsight is 20/20 or whatever. I really thought I would be able to find them. I was like, well, how many places possibly could they be? They're not going to be, or they shouldn't be, just in with the rest of the polish. Like, it's not like they should be tucked in a Helmer drawer somewhere. They're somewhere else. And if they're not in a Helmer, there's only like so many other places they could be. Man. I might need to actually nip my cuticles a little bit, which I don't like to do, but like... There's gonna be a lot of skin hanging around here. I thought about pushing them while I had the manicure on, but I just don't like doing that. Yeah. Yeah, it's, you know... I understand, you know, it's your job, and you probably hate your job or whatever, but like, at least don't just be sitting there looking all... stank face. I don't know a better way to put it. I was pretty pleased with mine, but you know, they have like that link thing that's supposed to move over all your shit. And it really just didn't move over everything. It moved over like some things, which was actually almost more of a hassle than if it had moved over nothing. Because then every time I went to use something, I had to figure out if it was moved or not, or if I needed to download it or not. I think, it was a few months ago now, but I think the issue was, it didn't move over anything that had been on my SD card. Which, like, why not? I mean, my phone had, like, minimal space. There was so much stuff on the SD card. Yeah, I'm gonna trim that little... Actually, we could zoom in a little bit now that we're past the filing. Yeah, that little... I don't remember if it gave me the option, but it was a lie or not. But I don't really need the card in my new phone. Actually, I'm not sure if it... Well, it must. Most of them do. I was gonna say, does it even have an expansion slot? Okay, hold on, guys. try to make this not look like a butcher job. As I clean up these cuticles. Oh no! I was over enthusiastic, you guys. This is why I don't usually fuck around with this. Oh well, that's fine. It's just a little tiny bit of blood! It's fine. Yeah, I don't keep that much on my phone. I mean, mainly it's, you know, the OS and the apps. Okay. Okay, we'll do this. We'll do the patches. $10,000? Of what? Literally of what? Of what? I mean, that's an extremely a lot amount of pictures. I mean, how far do these pictures go back? Has she just been keep moving them between phones, or are they all since she got that phone? Or how long has she had that phone? I mean, I guess that's valid. I don't know. Doing that kind of photography on a phone is a little bit weird to me. But this is, I mean, my other phone's camera, I was never impressed with. So I never used it very much. Also, I just find taking pictures with a phone to be awkward as fuck. Trimmed. Not trimmed. Like I said, I don't usually mess around with my cuticles to that extent, but I don't usually have this extent of cuticle hanging out. I mean, having that hanging around is just not cute. Yeah, that's like, I don't know. Don't move pictures between phones. I mean, unless you like literally don't have a PC. Like, what is the point of moving pictures between phones? Back that shit up and move along. Cuticle. I hate it. But it looks so much better. Hey, beanie treats. No PC. Okay, that I can't relate to. You ready for a treat? You want to do a little trick for Music Gal? Want to stand up? Oh, he's so handsome. Good boy. Oh, oh, oh. He got it. He found it. Yeah, get in your chair. Get back in your chair. Quit trying to turn on my controller. He's stepping on my controller on the ground. Yeah, you's a good boy. It's a super tasty treat. Yum, yum. Do they do the redemptions? Maybe are you on mobile still, Music Gal? Do the redemptions maybe not show on mobile? I know they don't show on my on-screen chat, which is kind of frustrating because, FYI, YouTube people in the future, you don't get all of the chat. You don't get to see any of the channel point redemptions. So yeah, I don't know. They're weird. I know mobile's also limited because you can't contribute to community goals on mobile, which just seems silly. Oh, it does usually show up. Yeah, I just like, I mean, I guess if it's backed up to the cloud, it's backed up, but I can't imagine just only having something on my cell phone or trusting the cloud, okay? Go ahead, call me a boomer. I don't trust the fucking cloud. I don't. Hey, Flamingo. Welcome. We are, where did that just come from? Piece of cotton. We are rehabbing my nails. I guess that would be the renovating. No, wait, that's maybe trademark. Doesn't Susie do a nail renovation? Don't sue me, Susie. No, but we just took off my gel manicure that I'd had for 4 weeks, and we're dealing with the break that led to the gel manicure and some other breaks that have developed. I hope you're doing well. Yeah. I read an article one time that said that, well, you're the same age as me, Amethyst. So our little couple years is like a little like usual generations are like, I forget, 10 or 20 years or whatever. But there's like a little 5-year zone that they were referring to as Zennials in between Generation X and Millennials. And how they were like, you know, a little bit of both. I was like, yeah, that works. I'll take being a Zennial, I guess. Even though, like, it sounds stupid. Alright. Very carefully. Hold on. Almost done. There's still a little bit of patch on here, too. Hey, Fleeked Up Geek, welcome. Can I just... scrape that off a little bit? I don't think there's that much. I can just tell because I can see the reflection. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna end up... I'll have to make the decision of like how I want to grow these out. If I want to just grow... If I want to like maintain this length for a while until I can just cut them off, or if I want to maintain the patches and try to grow them out a little bit longer. I guess we'll see if I start to enjoy this length. Oh, I don't know. Probably not. I kind of want to do nail art, but I kind of also don't have the energy for it. So I'm thinking I'll just do something so that they're protected and try to do a nail stream early in the week. I mean, like, ideally, if the post office was on my side, I'd love to do something with Menchie and Zyler this week, but who knows how long it's going to take to get to me. And I still have the anniversary flakies also, which at the time when I did the first impressions, I was like, as soon as I take this gel off, these are going on my nails, but now I'm not so sure. Alright, not too bad. And I mean, you guys see, like, there's, I mean, the breaks aside, like, the gel polish did not damage my nails. My nails are normal. The staining has grown out surprisingly much. I mean, that shows almost more than anything, like, how long we had that gel on. But yeah, just like, if you're nervous about gel, be patient taking it off. That's my biggest piece of advice. Patient putting it on and patient taking it off. Between Menchie and Zyler? Honestly, so like, pink and orange are probably like... They're very low on, like, my favorite colors list. Probably the pink, because I feel like that's more compatible with purple, which is, of course, best. But also, just looking at the video, the pink reminds me of something, and I don't remember exactly what it is. Excuse me, but I think the pink is really pretty. Menchie. If anybody hasn't seen Christine's video today, she actually did a comparison between Menchie and Zyler and Play Rosé and Orange Crush and something Menchie, Play Rosé, Zyler, Orange Crush. They created a phenomenal kind of gradient. I wish I could remember what the other pink was. But they are different. Like the Play Rosé is warmer and more copper than pink. Yeah, I remember when I took my friends off and I got to her natural nail and she had these deep, I mean, like, I have a little bit of a natural ridge to my nail. Like, you can see my nail is not perfectly smooth. Like, there's some ridges there, which we may or may not buff out in a second here. Or buff somewhat out. But she had, like, these deep vertical ridges, and I was like, have they been using a drill to take off your gel? Like, and, like, leaving ridges in your nail? I was like, never go back there. Never go back there. Never go back there. Blah, blah. Party punch. Thank you, Ray Ray. Xyler was adorable and stole the show in the video. Menchie was not having any jumping up and jumping over shit antics. I bet Beanie would jump for some treats. I mean, you see he sits up for treats. If I had some kind of a setup where I could get him to jump, I'm sure that would be okay. Because he can jump pretty tall. Pretty high. That's a weird... weird things that come out of my mouth. But like we have I don't know if you guys know what like piano windows are, but they're like windows that are at like the top part of the wall, so they're probably at like chest height, and he can jump up there by himself. Yeah, exactly, Amethyst. You got to use it basically to do what I did, not to like take off the whole thing and go down to the nail and like into the nail. Like I was horrified. I was so horrified. Oh, yeah. Pumpkin spice-ish. I mean, I technically didn't get it, but I'm expecting to get it. But yeah, I don't think everybody got it, but a lot of people got it. A lot of people, I know a lot of you guys passed up the anniversary flakies because you wanted Menchie and Xyler, so I hope they live up to your expectations. Yeah, I'd love to see it, son. It was very interesting. I wonder if there's like some kind of legal shit. But I mean, I'm sure Christine has them. She did not show them as a comparison in the video. She didn't even mention them by name. She said previous collaboration with another company. Like it was very like, it was a moment where I was like, you know, like, it caught me as a little bit weird. Like, did the Holo Taco lawyers just say, like, yeah, don't mention another company in your release video? Or did the other company say, like, hey, don't talk about us? No, I don't know. But it was, like, very kind of odd to me. Because I know I wanted to see a comparison. She obviously knew people wanted to see a comparison. She said they weren't the same, because it's using the Holo Taco formula. But I wish she'd mentioned a little bit more about the color, because I know that's what people really wanted to know. So, who knows? Legal shit. Glad I don't have to deal with it. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess I could see how Starly could be mad if she was like, yeah, I don't agree to make these anymore because, you know, because she's got her own company now, but it's just a shame. It's just kind of unfortunate, I feel like. Plus, too, I don't know. I mean, I suppose there's some differentiation between Simply Nailogical and Holo Taco. You know, like you would think if there was like a legal thing that would impact like the Holo Taco channel, not necessarily the Simply Nailogical channel. But then again, maybe it's just like against her. I don't know. Oh, did she? I should check that out. I haven't been able to watch or listen to most of the podcasts. I should just find a slot in my day where I need something to listen to and start putting those on. You can't, Ray? I didn't know that. I mean, I know it's like restricted shipping, but I didn't know you couldn't at all. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I would hope that she got more than one bottle when she did her collabs. She had, what did she say? She had 40 bottles of Menchie and 40 bottles of Xyler of the Holo Taco formulations. Yeah, her colors with fun. In fact, I don't remember if she showed the color, like an actual side by side. But I feel like I'm pretty sure that for the holiday collection, she maybe made a comparison with the blue from the Fun collab, with the indigo blue from the holiday collection. Am I now I'm doubting myself if I'm remembering that accurately. But I feel like she has like referenced them by name, whereas the Starly ones were a collab with another brand. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, the Fun ones are discontinued too now, aren't they? So now, also, of all the predictions we were making previously of what might be on the docket for the anniversary, all but one, well, I mean, maybe there were some other outliers, but all but one obvious one have come to pass, you guys. We guessed Gold Flakie, we guessed Menchie and Xyler, and we guessed Black Holo. Now, who thinks that maybe Black Holo might come out for Halloween? That's what I think. Multi-chromes, yes, multi-chromes. That was also okay. So that wasn't the last guess, but like one of the last guesses. Yeah, multi-chromes too. Black Holo for Halloween would be like really good though. Black and maybe another purple and another green. I need to take these braids out. I've needed to take these braids out for a long time. Because, like, Xyler's already an orange. And then, you know, she, like, cross-promotes in the videos. So she could be like, if you want an orange, feel free to pick up Xyler the cat. Little 3-piece, holo. Yeah, I could see that. I'm like... Yeah, Christine, call me. Let me create your collections. No. Just keep sending them to me, please. Because I love them and I love you. You understand our nail polish needs and desires. Yeah, the rainbow collection, I really like the linear. Oh, all black and... Okay, now we're just having, like, fantasy time. Oops, I just did that. That's fine. Yeah, the nail tools. Wow, I wonder what it would take to make holographic nail tools also, on a side note. Like, that'd be pretty phenomenal. I mean, my camera generally can't already handle even just like this level of shine, although, of course, when I say that, it's going to cooperate and show it in all its shiny glory. But can you imagine, like, holographic nail tools? I like the multi-chrome ones. Is there a dog out there? I hear Clark barking. Can't be anything too serious because Beanie's chill. You ever notice that cats can understand dog barks? Yeah, Halloween. She even referenced Halloween for Xyler in today's video. So yeah, there's gotta be. I think we are decided that there has to be. Also, the collections from Holo Taco this year in general have just been coming a lot faster than last year. I mean, last year it was the release collection and then there wasn't anything more till the holiday collection. This year we've had the unicorn skins, the rainbows, the anniversary flakies, and now the cat polishes. The year's not even over, so I think a Halloween collection and then a holiday collection. Oh. Well, sometimes it just likes to behave, and sometimes it just likes to be a dick. Oh, cameras. I mean, also she could slip the multi-chromes in on any collection, because a lot of her collections have been, you know, not just one things. One things? That would be one thing. You know, a lot of the toppers come with a cream. What would go with a multi-chrome? I don't know. Complementary base shades? Or, you know, magnetic multichromes are really phenomenal. And those would go great over a dark base, like One Coat Black or something like that. Yeah, she talked. There were a few reasons that the rainbow got pushed back. Because she was saying she didn't initially intend to release it in June or like as a Pride collection, even though rainbows are obviously heavily associated with Pride. I'm kind of surprised. I mean, the anniversary collection was small, so maybe it's not a surprise that Menchie and Zyler came out so shortly after it. Carefully snipping. Oh. You're not in love with the anniversary collection box? But it's the best box. It's the best box. It's the purplest box. It's the hollowest. It might be the hollowest box of them all. Like, okay. Horrible angles. I love the box. I had to stop and defend the box. Son. Yeah. A blue-green Flakie would be great. I think we'll see more Flakies. Or maybe some Flakies incorporated in with other polishes, which can be really pretty too. And that's not something you see very often. I don't know that I have very many of those at all, other than a handful that I have from Colors by Leroux. Like a holo with a Flakie in it. Oh, you love the box. Oh, you're more in love with the box. Okay, I misread it. See? Bad strimmer. Getting all worked up about nothing. So you actually like the box better than the polishes. Honestly, same. Oh, that was a little bit close. Actually, it doesn't hurt, but it looks like it should hurt. Fucking A. Oh, do they? You know, I think I remember seeing some of those. I only have 6 ILNPs. I've only ordered from them once. They have those gorgeous swatch videos on Instagram though. They be making me want to just like drop a whole bunch of money. They're gorgeous. There's probably some more out there too, just of brands that I don't have as many of. Oh, son, jealous. I wish Zoya would do more holos. The holos that they've done are actually cute, even though they haven't gone fully linear. Like, all the ones that I can think of at least are scattered, but they're cute. They're well done. Like, they got a good amount of holo in them. Zoya should answer the call of the need for more holo. Yeah, they're quite dense as far as flakies go. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back in camera in a moment. As soon as I take care of this. Ugh, I hate cuticles. Like, literally. Why? I'm sure they do actually have a purpose. Other than being annoying, frustrating little folds of skin. There, that's better. A little bit more to go. Fall brown metals. Okay, I don't think I've seen these, and now I'm gonna have to. I haven't ordered Zoya in such a long time. I can go so overboard so easily at Zoya. And their metallics are generally really nice. I mean, like, Trixie is one of my favorite silvers ever. I haven't actually tried to use them for a manicure. All I've done is the swatches. No, that's Color Clubs. Camera. Camera doesn't want to let things be fabulous. I suppose I could do one of these combinations. Do I still have these colors out? Thoughts. Dinah, were you not here for that either? Did you miss? Well, maybe you did, because otherwise you would have seen my nails too. We did hold on. So these are the flakies that we're talking about, if anybody doesn't know. So we did this is the silver, gold, blue, pink. They're like, the silver is definitely a different formula. Sponged, and then like just like a quick gradient test. No, I'm gonna have to use the good flashlight. I know. I do remember being like, man, how has Dino not showed up for this? Because, you know, you have a reputation around here, Dino. So yeah. And then we did them of showing up when there's holo. And it's kind of difficult to get like a good angle. Okay, that's actually a pretty good angle. Like we just had some color requests, and then we popped them out, and then we did, you know, each color over the colors. So some of those are showing up better than others. But yeah, like this is what made me like, I was a bit on the fence about them, but then like once I actually swatched them, like they're gorgeous. I mean, look at that, just low light, casually, like the sponged and gradient parts. Okay, so that's, yeah. Yeah, and then these are the rainbows, of course. Oh no, did you think you didn't like them? Cause... Yeah, I talked about it when I was watching them. It was like when I saw them in Christine's video, I could tell they were different than the silver, and so I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But then, like when I got them, they're just they're really pretty. I just think they're really pretty. That's why they were supposed to be next on my nails after the gel came off. Maybe we'll do some layering. We'll just do like a color and then like a flaky and call it a day. Yeah, the purple one is really nice. It's questionably purple. That was one complaint I had. Like in a lot of lights, it's gonna come off pink or magenta. Some lights it shows up purple. But I mean, I don't dislike it. It's purple-ish. Okay. Almost done with cuticles. The baby. Oh, Frostlight? The holiday collection was really good. Which colors do you have from that already? I love the indigo from that. The very dark blue or indigo. I don't remember if it was if Christine called it a dark blue or an indigo, but that was really, really pretty. I mean, honestly, she hasn't put out a polish that I don't really like. So, I'm gonna gush about all of them. But they are certainly not cheap. Like, I am so thankful to be on the PR list that I'm able to have them, because otherwise I would just be sitting here sad-faced not having them. Okay. So... patches. We're going to need to do 4 patches. 2 on the left hand and 2 on the right hand. I don't hate the white. I wish it had really. I wish it was really a one coat, because to me it's not quite a one coat. But one coat whites a lot of the time have a very weird formula to them. So I think we're pretty good. We had a couple little tiny ouchies with my trying to clean up the cuticles. Just a tiny ouchie. You see, it's not like gushing blood or anything. Alright, I want to clean this up just a little bit. Let's... dump all that over there. Put these over here. And now we have a relatively clean for our patching and our manicure. Actually, I'm going to need another napkin probably for patching. For the, oops, sorry, I'm blocking your beanie view. Brush. One moment. Do I need... Yeah, I do. One of these. Okay. So when I get back, we're going to be patching. We got these two, which are both quite low. We've got this one. And we've got that horror. Oh, well, I hope you get to a power source soon, Fleeked Up Geek. I don't know if it's weird, Amethyst, but it's probably not good because panic attacks, I would say, are generally not good. Is it for something in particular, or just generally speaking? Alright. Got just a couple more places. I'm going to take a break in just a second here, before we get onto the patches. I'm just trying to make sure I have all that little base coat crud that was stuck in a couple places fully gone. Oh, is it back to digital, or is it actually school? Ooh, yeah. I mean, that's maybe not necessarily on his behalf. I mean, that, you know, that's your baby, and that's a stressful situation. You could, in fact, be having panic attacks on your own behalf. Not that that makes them any less suck. Yeah, Gidge, we did a thing while you were gone. We've got some business to care for. God, that one really just looks bad, doesn't it? I promise none of these hurt anymore. Oh, absolutely, Geek. We love nail polish here. We also love lots of video games and stuff, of course. Hollow Knight and things. Honestly, you guys, it's kind of funny, you guys. When I first started, I thought it was going to be like nail polish once a week. And now, like, I stream almost every day, and it's only nail polish, like, I mean, it's still nail polish like once or twice a week. But... Customers, how dare they expect service during a nail stream? Just felt a little bit of a sharp corner there. I can't have my corner sharp or I'll hurt myself. Need foods? Is it your lunch dinner break, Gidge? I'm about to take a break anyway, so hopefully your break is long enough that you get to enjoy a little bit. Yeah, this original one hurt like shockingly much, and this one also hurt shockingly much because, okay, like I said, you guys, I've had this on for 4 weeks, so this break here was like down here when we started. Maybe not quite that low, but it was like, you know, in there. And this one also, I mean, it's still kind of low, but this one was quite a lot lower too. and they were just like sore, but like really, really sore. You know, it almost felt like I'd had something like fall on my fingers and like bruise them or something, if that makes sense. Like it didn't feel pain like a paper cut pain, or like, you know, it was like a deep inside my finger pain. But that didn't last very long. Yeah. Yeah, see if you can just do, honestly, Amethyst, if it's a doctor you've seen before, see if they can do just like a telehealth. I mean, you could just do a quick little telehealth thing. You don't even have to go in and just be like, you know, look, this is what's up. If it's not something that you know, like a new med, if it's a med you've been on before previously, and it's a doctor that you've got an established relationship with previously, it might be quite easy to move forward on that. Yeah. Really? That's kind of weird. I mean, I don't know. I don't like being medicated. Like, I already feel like I'm medicated for, you know, other shit, and I feel like I have enough coping mechanisms in place, but like, to just be like, yeah, I'm not gonna prescribe those anymore, that seems kind of a sketch. Okay, patches when we get back. Let's stick up a BRB. Let me find you lovelies some music. You know what kind of music. The wonderful Kevin MacLeod shall serenade you while I take the trip downstairs to have a quick potty break. And yeah, I'll be back in a few minutes. Thank you for your patience. Thanks for your patience, everybody. Oofta. We may have lost Beanie. He followed me downstairs and he didn't come back up with me. So... let's... do like this. Let's get a little acetone over here. Let's get rid of the BRB. And let's make me be able to see chat again. Yay, press trimmer moves. Wait, hello, Angel. High school was 13 years ago. Yeah, high school was years ago for me. 22? Fuck! Oh, I'm old. Oh. Grilled cheese. Okay, yum. Well, I graduated when I was 17. I was on the young side, so 21. Okay, yeah, because I wouldn't have been 39 in June. I only turned 39 in July. So yeah, 21 years. Okay. Patches. We have gel. We have cure spray. We have a little brush that lives in an empty Seche Vite bottle filled with polish remover. And I think I would like an orange stick. Oh, I broke that orange stick. Why isn't it in the garbage? Because the garbage isn't close enough. Okay. We got that little guy there. This one I don't think is loose. This one we just need to tighten up a little bit. I'm kind of shocked that this patch held through... I applied this through the gel, and it lasted through soaking off the gel. We got this little fella here. And then we've got that. Oh, that's a bad one. School. I hated school. I was a disappointment to so many people because they wanted me to do more school. I just couldn't. I don't know. Couldn't do it. Alright, so we'll start with this one. Make sure clean, dry, acetone in all the places. Yeah, sorry, can't make the reunion, you know, COVID. No, you gotta do your own. You can't be miserable to make other people happy. We are patching them, Gidge. Sorry. Gil. Your new name is Gil. Alright. A little bit of gel. Do you guys want to be closer? Lay that on the brake. Open up the brake a little bit to let it inside. Whoa. Smooth it out a little bit. And especially down the side, because we've discovered there's another break growing down there. And I'm going to do underside too, because it's just barely at the edge. Like that. Clean it off my skin as well as I can. Low breaks like this are especially tricky to keep it off your skin. Sometimes you just end up getting some on your skin. It's unavoidable. You know, I try to make sure that edge is very sealed. Then we cure spray. AKA the worst smelling, grossest nail product known to man. And we let it cure. We move on to the next one. So this one, like I said, the patch is still holding, so I'm not going to open it up to get more gel in there. I'm just going to reinforce the edge so that it hopefully holds. That Amber Girl. I don't think I'm going to put gel on them again. I don't want to go through having to take it off again. I don't want to wear the same thing on my nails for another month. I'm thinking... We'll see. I might change my mind by the time we're done with redoing the patching. Do not breathe this shit in, by the way, you guys. I mean, always do your nails. I went to lean on my desk and missed it. It was real classy. Always do your nails in a well-ventilated area. This stuff in particular is so noxious. Don't just don't. Any of you who have used this know that it's gag me worthy. But you know what? Desperate times call for desperate measures and that type of shit. Oops, don't get caught in there, Cotton. Cotton there. Yeah, I always try to just remember to spray it away from me. Obviously away from Bean if he were in here. Get in there. Probably try to get this one a little bit on the underside too, because it's right at the spot where this is awkward to get to. You can access it from the bottom, but again, it's hard to keep from getting the gel on your skin. Can be a little messier, but overall can be worth to help the patch be more solid. And make sure everything is lined up the way you want it before you spray, or at most right after you spray. See, can you guys see how there's a slight little bulge there? Might just add another layer to get it to be more even. The break didn't want to exactly line up with itself. Might do a second coat on this one too, just to... Yeah, I'm gonna smooth Like that. Just a tad bit. I have used silk wraps with this gel, but not for a very long time. The thing that really started annoying me with silk wraps was no matter what I did, they seemed to want to lift around the edges. Made it harder to have a longer term patch. Whereas like with this, I mean, occasionally it would fail, but I mean, silk ones would fail too. And this seems much less inclined to lift around the edges. Like once you put it there, it's pretty much there until you soak it off. Yeah. I mean, like in theory, it seems like it ought to help because instead of just gluing two pieces together, you have a piece that's, you know, that didn't make any... If you didn't know what I was talking about, that did not help you understand what I was talking about. If you know what I'm talking about, maybe you understand. But, like, I didn't... It seems like it ought to make them more sturdy. Yeah, like, it, you know, it's gripping both sides and holding them together in addition to what's holding them together. But in reality, it just kind of didn't really seem to add longevity to the patches. It was an extra step that was a hassle that did not carry enough benefit for me to continue doing it. Especially once I can't tell you the last time I did any kind of like tip or corner extension using silk. I mean, I suppose if I wanted to do something like that, I would need to. Oh shit. Oh no! Oh no! Oh fuck. Oh shit. Oh, actually fuck. So guess what I did, you guys? I put my teacup on the ground and it wasn't closed and it tipped over and now there's tea all over the ground. Like literally fucking everywhere. And also rip to the rest of my tea. I'm sad face. Very fucking sad face. Good thing we have Bounty. No, it's chai. I mean, I guess that's like, I mean, there's spices. Gonna smell spicy. Aw, man, I wanted to drink that tea! I'm dumb. Why didn't I close it? That's why I have it in this cup, because this cup can be closed, and I'm a klutz. Or, why wasn't I smart and like, hello, not put my cup on the floor? Well, okay. I guess that's as good as that's getting for now. I've got it sopped up. It's like a sip. There's like a sip left in there. That's just a taunt. I don't even want that. God damn it. Ew, Dino. Oh. Blue milk? What? What is this emote, Dino? It's a chicken. So many channels with cute fucking chicken emotes. What actually? I'm gonna need more. So this like eventually evaporates because acetone evaporates. I'm gonna need more in here because it's barely deep enough for the brush to get in there and not get all hard and gross. Can you tell me what? Or tell chat what? Wait, is it actually all about chickens? I should tell Midnight Calico about this. They raise chickens. Alright, that just took the wind right out of my sails. Like, it's so minor and so dumb, and like, sure, I could go make another cup of tea, but I don't want to do that. I wanted to finish that cup of tea. God damn it. This is minor. It literally doesn't matter. It's fine. Guess what? It's fine. If I'd really enjoyed that tea, it would have already been drunk, right? Sure. Yeah. Chickens and ducks. Chickens with feather feet. Chicken moms raising duck babies. Wait a minute, what? Chicken moms raising duck babies. Post it in the live channels, somebody. In case anybody just needs some little bit of animal feel goods. There's lots of animal channels on Twitch. Like, if you ever just need some fucking cute animals, there's tons of them. There's one called Critter Vision. There's like feeds animals. I don't know if it's in like their backyard or whatever, but there's like always all kinds of raccoons and stuff. So, this one we're gonna need to. I can't believe I did that. I'm still stuck on how stupid I am for not closing the lid on my tea. Like, that's what it's there for. That's literally why it's there. To avoid spilling. I feel like there's a little hair stuck in there, but I think it's too late to do anything about it. Maybe not. Alright, now this you can see. If the camera would focus. It's not fully lined up. And it doesn't want to stay where I'm putting it, so I'm going to have to spray it and then... Can I just do like... Yeah, like a little bit of combination of this. And that. Okay. Gotta have a plan. Oh, ew. Damp spot. This stuff cures within about 60 seconds. So you gotta like right away. Without getting your tool stuck to your nail. Sometimes you can just use like opposing pressure, like pull up on the other side to get the other side to go down. Like that. Sometimes I'll just use the little point to apply pressure. Camera. Hmm? Put a little more on that. Now this also got like quite a bit on my skin just because of how it was to apply. Let's try and like gradually unstick my skin. Like, don't be too rough. You could probably injure yourself. But, I mean, it doesn't really want to... It will stick on your skin, but it doesn't really want to stick on your skin, so your skin will eventually, like, unstick from it. Give it just a tiny... Because remember, we were saying we wanted to reshape this a little bit to go with some of the other nails. Give us a little bit of a reshape now that its initial patching is done. What time is it anyway? 8:09. Okay, do you know that when I originally like started stream, I was like, maybe I can get this gel off in about an hour And then I actually will have time for like nail art or something. And I don't know how long exactly it took to get the gel off, but I'm pretty sure it was longer than an hour. And then we've had so much other nail maintenance to do. What I'm getting at is I don't know how to estimate time. Okay. Make sure this corner is rounded. Now this, of course, also, as you can see, it's one of my nails with a very uneven curve. So it can tend to look a little bit wonky even in the best of situations. But I think that's fairly good, fairly even. Oh yeah. Alright. Make sure to get that dust out of there. And then we'll do another layer to reinforce this. Really hoping this one will hold and I won't have to redo it or fuck around with it too much. And the side. That's really where patches love to fail first. I mean, obviously, it's gonna start failing at the edge of the break, not in the middle of the break, but that's why I always try to really reinforce the side with gel. Okay. Close this. Make sure the neck is clear on this before you close it. Squeeze it and then suck air in to clear the neck. My life is so much easier since I always remember to do that now. Okay. Not bad. I'm gonna give these patches just a small slight buff. I don't think I'm gonna actually buff my nails. I know I said earlier that I was thinking about it, but I don't think I'm gonna. We're just gonna make sure the patches are smooth. A little blue action, a little pink action, and then a swipe of acetone. You almost can't see them. I mean, you can see the shiny spot, but I don't know. I definitely can tell the difference between like this and like this one. And I try to apply my patches pretty smoothly, so this is like less important than if you get one that's like really wonky. But even still. Even sometimes the spray, it's like if it gets on there weird, the droplets can create little bumps. Whoa. You need to name your new phone, son. Okay, the decision to make right now is peel off base or regular base. Also, I'm thinking about something here. This was one of the favorites that I had, which was a neon green over black, which didn't turn out very neon. But what if I actually did it with the actual neon though? Or with like one of these. Your vacuum is Dobby. Yeah, peel off is probably safer with the patches. That, you know, that's an excellent point that I should certainly have thought of myself. Where has my peel off base gone? Oh, where could it? Right here. Do I want to be bright? Do I want to be neon-y? Oh, we got some acetone drying. That happens sometimes. Of course, I could. The blue was another one that I really liked. You're a benevolent master. Owl House? I've never heard of Owl House. So I'm looking between, well, you guys can't see. I'm looking between these swatches and these colors. Do I want to go bright, bright, bright? Wow, you guys can't really see that because the camera's not cooperating. I think... I feel like the blue doesn't look as blue over the neons as it does over the darker colors. Like... Camera, please. Camera, please. Hold on. Camera. It just really... Okay, you know what? Let me just turn off the autofocus. It doesn't like these neons. There. Not great, but like look at this one. The blue on this one. I think that's what I gotta do right now. Like, all these combinations honestly could be phenomenal. But like the blue is getting eaten by the brighter colors. I feel like it looks bluer. Of course, do I want the gold is really nice too. I could do the gold over the oh god. Decisions. What can I see on my little nubby nubs? No, that. I'm doing that. Whoop. Sorry. Yes, these, by the way, if anybody's curious, these are color clubs. Here they are over white. Like, they actually swatch phenomenally bright over black. Here they are over white. They're bright-ass neons, and guess what? Guess what? They fucking stamp. Whatever Forever Neon 7-piece colors. There's a bunch of colors in the collection, but these are the colors from the 7-piece collection. Yeah. I was very impressed with these, and I also very much love the matte metallics and the star spangled or star studded or whatever they are. The metallics are like a matte satiny finish, but obviously we got our little top coat lines. We can see that too. That was, when did we do that? Like maybe last weekend, you guys? If anybody missed that stream, if you want to check out the VOD. It's not up on you. Is it up on YouTube? I don't know. I'm sorry. YouTube is a clusterfuck right now, and it's hard. I don't know. I've got a lot that I want to do, and a lot that I just feel starstruck. That might be it. I feel like star-studded could be it too, because they're kind of textured, which is kind of studded. Anyway, let's just do a quick manicure here. Swipe the nails clean. And cross our fingers that I don't regret using a peel off. I've had 4 weeks of not having to like double check if I've lost any peelies. Of not having to think before I like... I mean, honestly, I've formed some bad habits. Like picking at things. But we'll see. I'll try to get back into good behavior. Good peel-off based behavior. So this is peely base, right? Yeah. Oh, we are short nails. Don't overload your polish brush, Colette. The amount of polish you need on nails this length versus my previous length is in fact quite a difference. It's always an adjustment that I have to make. For those who are unfamiliar, peely base allows you to peel off your manicure with quote-unquote no problems. But it's nice because you don't have to use any polish remover, which can damage your patches. Which, like I said, I should have thought of before chat pointed it out to me. But I didn't. Even just like a little base coat makes your nails look so much better. It's amazing. It's like magic. A lot of times on Saturday, the nail stream is earlier. Not a lot of times lately. I'm aware that lately this is normal for Saturday nail stream. But back in the olden days, I would start nail stream about 2 Central. And then I'd also do a Saturday evening stream. And that hasn't really been happening lately because the nail stream has turned into the evening stream. But maybe one day, Saturday evening not nail streams will return. Tonight, if I had had time, Cthulhu is doing a community like Geo-Rock rando. I'm not sure if they decided to do bingo with it or if they're just doing like a race. I know I'm off camera with the thumb, I'm sorry. I was gonna participate in that, but that started hours ago. Like literally like 2.5 hours ago. Adalyn Clawthorn. They're so short. Got child hands. Like you don't even barely see my nail. I guess you can still see them. They're still past my fingertips, so I should stop saying that they're short. Just have a different outlook. It's difficult. Alright, so this is... what is this? Matte About You. Oh, it is a bingo. Cool. Action length. Yeah, I might get spoiled. Look, you guys, I picked the one that has one of the good brushes. That's a good omen, right? Wrapping your tips on shorty short nails is a whole new kind of experience. Okay. How is this brush just allowing me to have like the neatest application? It spreads out really well. It wasn't just like the swatches in the notebook. Like even, okay, look at my little chubby sidewall. Like I barely got any polish on it. I think it's because of the way it fans out, allows it to get very thin toward the edges. So it doesn't nudge my sidewalls as much. When we were looking at the color clubs, we noticed that the brushes are very inconsistent. Some of them have a couple types of older fashioned-y shapes, and then there's like this new shape which is kind of wide and curved, and it's just a very nice brush. So yeah, this does dry to like this frosty matte finish. Well, that one's not quite dry yet, but they don't look bad painted. I guess it's fine. I guess it's fine. Yeah, I think there were a lot of people that were talking about showing up for it. Bingo Sync can take up to 10 teams, I think. So 10 different colors. So I think there's like red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, navy, pink, brown, and what? Maybe a third blue? Is there maybe a light blue and a dark blue? That would be my guess. It's rare to have actually all the colors in use. Yeah, okay, I can like having this brush like almost if I could get brushes for free, I'd go ahead and replace all my brushes with brushes like this. However, I'm not interested in buying brushes because my collection is too large. I don't think it's white or black. Maybe it's gray. That's just really pretty. Almost a one coater, honestly. I mean, I can see imperfections in this. But if you were careful, you could probably one coater this. Ooh, maybe there's a teal. Maybe there's a teal on the bingo board. Ooh. Okay. Second coat of this. Ooh. Carefully. Oh. I mean, I guess I'll probably do regular cleanup anyway. I don't really need to do that. I'm not gonna not clean up. Even if I did do an amazingly phenomenal job of being neat. I feel like that nail looks a little bit crooked. Oh well. We'll see as it grows out. There will be some reshaping to be done, I'm sure. Oh, that's the broken one again. Dang it. Yeah, it's another one that has an uneven C-curve. Or it might be from when I patched it, because that one I didn't refile after I patched it. I think it's definitely like a little bit. Just like slightly. It's slightly too long on the inside corner. Nobody else will notice. Oh, what? F? I mean, we'll just paint over it. I'm not super mad. I just don't even know what I literally don't even know what I did. This is why quick drying top coat is a game changer. I am incapable of not being clumsy. At least it wasn't polo right thumb, right? Yeah, both my index nails grow weird, and my right middle finger grows quite weird. My left middle finger grows just a little bit weird. Okay, that's still kind of janky. I might do one more coat just to unjankify it, hopefully. But otherwise, I'm sure the Flakie will cover all sins. Oh, how did I not give you even a first coat? Oh my god, poor little right thumb. Poor little right thumb, I forgot all about you. I'm so sorry. My bad. You wonder why they call a poor little right thumb. Yeah, little mistakes like that, like, are very obvious with the finish. I mean, you have been hanging around for a while, Amethyst. With a very up-close view. Okay, there's like a tiny little... Can't you just stroke out? No. It's like a tiny little leftover doohickey there. Holo right thumb, get your second coat. Alright, so cleanup again is a time to be mindful of your patches because you're cleaning up with acetone. And acetone is not good for patches. So it's another good reason to paint neatly. I mean, we're at 2 years was in May. As far as how long I've been streaming. And if anybody doesn't know, if you click on your name in chat, it will show your following date. Or if you do exclamation followage in chat, it will tell you how long you've been following. It's kind of crazy. Like, I can think back and remember like it was yesterday, like, nervously getting ready for my first stream and wondering if it was something that I would ever do more than once. Follow Edge. Or follow age if you prefer, but one word. I don't know if it's supposed to be follow age or followage. TBH. No, not ad following. Exclamation followage. Edge of the nail is kind of weird there. Yeah, some people like the down to the second accuracy. Unless, and I think Gidge is probably done with her break and gone back to work, and I either missed her saying goodbye or she didn't say goodbye. Unless you have been so unfortunate as to accidentally unfollow and refollow. Which Gidge did. And she always complains about it. That's, I mean, is that for, that's got to be probably first stream Musical. Before the, was it when I announced that there was going to be a stream? Thank you. I had so many people like follow before I ever streamed, and now, like, that was part of what like gave me the confidence to like, you know, go ahead and do it. It's like, okay, there's already some, you know, you can't question whether people are interested. Like, there's already some people interested. Just do it. Don't be scared. Just do it. I still tell myself that. Don't be scared. Push the button. Sometimes it's hard. TBH. There's probably like a slight cooldown. Yeah, I think a lot of people didn't, but I think, I mean, a handful of people did. I'm assuming Musical probably did. Because her sister streams. Well, probably. Yeah, like I know Musical did. Unless Praise started streaming after me, but I think Praise has been streaming for quite a while. Lose me? Okay. Okay. I did drop frames, but I don't know if that was just then or if that was Twitch. I apologize in either case, you guys. Whether I'm apologizing for Comcast or whether I'm apologizing for Twitch, I don't know. But I saw we... Okay. I can still, like, very much see. Well, it's fine. Like, the polish didn't quite go in every little crevice there on the thumb. But it's polo right thumb. We'll call it good enough. I don't want to mess around with it too much. Yeah, I mean, Twitch is like, I had heard of Twitch, but I didn't really, like, understand Twitch until one day I actually went to Twitch and, like, started watching streams and was like, it's kind of cool. I kind of like this. Like, it's enjoyable. It's really good. Alright, so now we have the blue Flakie Holo Taco. We're going to put that on top of here. And this is very sparkly, as we discussed earlier. Oh, come on here. Are you dead, flashlight? No. Lots of holo in there. We'll do flashlight time on my manicure, like proper flashlight time once we're all done. It's, you know, like compared to... Do I have the... Where are the rest of my rainbows? Oh, over here. Can I reach this without... Yeah, like you have purple slushy? It's not purple, but like if you put it next to a purple, you see how pink it leans. It's closer to that, I think. Oops. Whoopsie. This is magenta jelly. Yeah. So magenta jelly versus purple slushy. Yeah. Get in there. Get in now. It's very pretty. And like I said, the swatch has really impressed me, and like the reflectivity, I guess, like when it's sponged, the opacity and the reflectivity, and certain angles, like there, I think it speaks more purple. There, it definitely speaks more pink. But I mean, it's a holo, so it's going to be shifting through rainbows also on top of its, like, base magenta-ness. Is that a word? Your magenta-ness. Alright, so now we get to try to apply flakies evenly. Which is always, like, a little bit of a challenge. What I kind of do is I'll put my brush in there and I'll kind of stir around. Like, even ones like this where the glitter is fairly well suspended in the polish, like, I feel like this helps the brush pick up more. I don't know if it actually helps. I don't know. And then, I mean, I'm gonna, you know, check what's on the brush. And then, I mean, a little bit of a glom application. Like, I want a good amount of flakies. Woo! That's pretty. I like it. I like that a lot. Oh. Dude. Absolutely. Yeah. Pleasure gargles. See, like I used a lot of them there. I'm actually going to get a second dip for this. Oh. This is just like so good. Like some of the ones, like I said, the swatches in the notebook helped, but it was hard to like get the camera to like properly focus on them, I think, because Ray. Shit, yeah. GG. GG. Let me get some GGs in chat for Ray Ray. NKG is probably, honestly, top 3 hardest bosses in the game. Definitely hardest boss in, well, I guess it's not completely base game because it's an expansion, but you can butt spot. Oh my god. That's awesome. I know you've been working on it. I mean, that feeling, that's like, it's just like a culmination of your effort, and like, that's such a good feeling. Congratulations. Anybody who doesn't know, it's a boss in Hollow Knight, and it's a very hard boss. We'll just say it was the background power of the Holo that pushed you through. 109. What do you have left? Your Pantheons? Or Hollow 3 also? I would be my guesses. I wonder. Now, I was gonna say, I wonder what it would look if I rematted it, but like Hollow does its best work glossy. Like, I can appreciate a matte Hollow every now and then, and like, maybe I'll try it on a finger before I take it off. But I'd also. So here's an interesting question. In Musical, perhaps you would know, like, different matte top coats definitely give some different matte finishes. Do you know any top coat that gives this sort of a satin matte finish? Like, it's very matte but also very satin, but maybe part of that is just that the base color is metallic? Metallics and hollows and matte are very weird. I was talking about this with Dr. Crotron, and I was recalling a test that I did many years ago on stamping. It was stamping with chrome and then mattifying it, and the chrome actually looked different under the matte top coat if you just stamped and did the matte top coat, or if you stamped and then glossy top coated and then matte top coated. Unicorn skin, Flamingo, you are not wrong. Unicorn skins and matte are phenomenal. Phenomenal. This is also phenomenal. You know what? Nail polish is phenomenal. The Hollow give you strength. Hollow 3 and Pantheon 3 and 4. Do you have Zote in Pantheon 3, Ray? Honestly, if you have Zote in Pantheon 3 is the worst one. I mean, other than 5, obviously. There. Now you can't even barely see that little weird nipple that was in there. Always glossy top coat first. Yeah. Yeah. Even if you think it's smooth, it's not. Until you put a glossy taco on it. I'm sitting here using so much Holo taco, I'm starting to call them tacos, and that's not, like, my thing. That's Christine's thing. You don't? Well, I mean, eventually, the way to do it is just to wait until after P5 and then go do it, or go do it on another file. If you don't have Zote in there, I think you'll be able to get Pantheon 3. I mean, that's my opinion. It's a tough Pantheon, but, like, for me, he was the toughest part of it. Some people, though, really don't like Sly. I like Sly. Luke insisted to me for the longest time that Sly was harder than Pure Vessel, but I don't agree with that. Pure Vessel was much harder for me. Like, to learn as far as like learning well enough to beat the Pantheon. Now, at this point, of course, though, I do have a Radiant Pure Vessel and I do not have a Radiant Sly. Oh, look at that. That's interesting. This hand that's still a little wet is a little darker than this hand that's dry a little bit. That's not just my eyeballs, right? No, that's real. Interesting. I mean, it's subtle. Doesn't actually make any difference. But interesting. Okay, top coat. I probably should have found you before I started. Hey, Zilly. Yeah, we are in fact wrapping up the party, but you know, you're here in time for the best parts, which are top coat and flashlight time. Also, hi, I have short nails now. They're so weird, little chiclet nuggets. It's fine. Alright, about to sesh beat the fuck out of this. Just glom it all on there. Like the flakies, they lay pretty flat. I'd say they lay flatter than the silver flaky. Yeah, I still do, Zuli. That's the fucked up part. They're not grown out far enough for me to just hack, and I had one that was under the gel that was the worst one yet. That's like really bad. So we might keep them short, like while they grow out. It's okay. I'm not mad about it. I mean, I'm not, like I said, this doesn't make me happy, but it doesn't make me mad either. And this color is great. This color makes me happy, even if the length doesn't make me happy. This color combo, I should say. Oof. So pretty. And like the difference between top coat, not top coat. Like subtle, but like the holo just pops out just that much more. Like it helps the light get down in there or something. Like love it. Yeah, this is gonna bug me until I take this off and file it. The slightly uneven tip on this index nail, but I can live with it. But just FYI to you guys, because, you know, you guys get to know all my behind-the-scenes thoughts. It's bugging the hell out of me already. Makes me understand why some people file with polish on. Usually, like, I don't feel the need to do that. And I don't know if the mistake was in the filing or if it just got like that after I patched it and I didn't realize. Shing, shing, shing. Yeah, I've got 2 on my left hand, Zuli, and 2 on my right hand. Thank you, KJD, for the 37 bits. Well, that's because you don't use a glass file, son. Oh, I'm sorry. I had to take it. You left yourself wide open. I've never, like, that's not a thing with glass files. Glass files, like, are so amazing. I forgot that was even a thing that you had to worry about. Wait, did I, like, nudge this nail? What did I do there? You can't see it. Right there in the, like, by the cuticle. It's, like, got a wrinkle in it. I hope Sesh Feet smooths it out. Let's add some more Sesh Feet to help it smooth it out. Do your thing, Sesh Feet. Aw, thank you, KJD. This one too! I did! Where did I nudge them? What? What even? Okay. Small polish surgery. Tiny bit of this. I cannot believe it. I'm sure y'all are not shocked, because y'all are used to me being a klutz. Okay, smooth. Like that. Okay. No, it's not Polo right thumb. It's Polo right index and middle finger. Polo right thumb is safe so far. It's okay. We're just gonna add more holo. Nobody will even know. I mean, it's a dark spot, but Seche Vite might fix it. See, we just put Holo on it. And the Holo masks the dark spot. The dark spot is because it's a metallic, and metallics just get weird. It's like a tangent of brush strokes. Is like dark spots like that when you try to do a repair type of situation. Alright, time to glom on the Seche Vite. That was a super heavy application, like actually more heavy than I anticipated. I wanted to not touch it because I know it's not dry, but I'm done doing my nails now and I didn't want to wait. We'll just scoop it up. Like that. Oh, that's fine. I just did that, but it's okay because this nail's already been Seche Vite'd, and Seche Vite is miraculous like that. Now, Seche Vite may smooth out that dark spot. Because Seche Vite, I've had polishes that were very brush strokey, and Seche Vite managed to smooth them out. We'll see. It's not that noticeable anyway. The one on the middle nail either. You see it? Right there. Anyway, let's have some flashlight time. Or a band name dino. Think that fits into band name category. Alright. You know, this is actually like not that impressive under flashlight time. Am I at a not great angle, or is it just... It's because the metallic is so shiny. The metallic is almost washing out the Holo under the flashlight. Interesting. Like it actually, well, you can kind of see there. It actually is like not more impressive under flashlight time. I mean, it's interesting. You can capture the Holo under the ring light for this one better than flashlight time. What about flashlight and ring light? Oh, that adds a little bit of depth to it. A little bit. Not much though. Where's my other flashlight? Let's try that. Are you dying, flashlight? Oh, look at it. You see it blinking? We'll turn you off. I'm sorry. You've had a rough life. You served me well through the blackout. The day when a ring light was actually the best way to show the Holo. This is... I really like this. And they're not too short. Just short for me. Can still see tips. We don't have 0 tips, we just have very small tips. Okay. Well, as mentioned earlier, that took a little bit longer than I thought it would. Oh, let me see. I think I know where I'm sending you guys, but let me just double check and see what else is going on in Twitch world. Because I always like to just make sure and see. Oh god. Oh god. Typing feels weird. Oh. Okay, that sounds like a horrible idea. And why are you tagged with nail art? Wait, why are you showing up under the nail art tag when I don't even see the nail art tag? I just see a makeup tag. Makeup and nail art are not the same thing, Twitch. But thank you for getting a good thumbnail of my nail art. I hate it when I search under nail art and then the things that pop up don't even have the nail art tag. Like, I'm searching by tag. Hello. Okay, so I think, what is that? I've never heard of that. Oh, it is a rainbow board, isn't it? Oh, they're in on it also. Okay. Also, I can't see chat right now. What? Nate are playing Halo? Didn't know that Nate was a Halo person. I've never played a Halo. But yeah, I think, because I believe that he's going to continue throughout the evening. I think I'm going to send you guys over to math. Wait, are we? We are not muted. Okay, hold on. If you are new and you would like to join my Discord, please feel free. It's open to everybody. We post, like, if you also do nails, like, please share your nail pictures in my Discord. There is a teal. If you were here when we were talking about the colors, there is a teal, because I see a teal on the board. All right, Music Gal, thanks for hanging out. Thank everybody for hanging out. Like, I know this is not, like, nail art, but, like, it's so much nicer to, like, have people to hang out with and chat while I'm taking off gel polish for 3 hours than just by myself, and to have somebody to complain about my new short nails as I hack them all off. As I mentioned, tomorrow will be, the Cursed Hollow Knight Seed. I'm going to try and get started a little bit earlier than gaming streams usually do. Like, instead of 8, maybe 6, maybe even a little earlier if I can manage it. You guys know I've got scheduling issues and sleeping issues and just fucking, issues. Of course, we will be simple little raiding. Drop the beans. Drop your favorite emote. I am dropping frames again, so maybe it's good that I'm ending and good. Yeah, you drop the gargles. Math knows. Maybe it's good that I'm not streaming tonight if my connection is starting to get a little bit more unstable towards the end here. Yeah, you're welcome, Sparkles. Hopefully Menchie and Zyler show up this week. And we can play with those. Otherwise, like I said, I don't expect this to stick around too long. This is kind of just a placeholder until I have the energy to do some actual nail art. Maybe Tuesday or Wednesday. I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, Discord is where the announcements happen. Yeah. Brain go bye-bye. I need some food. I hope you have a great rest of your evening, afternoon, or morning, wherever you happen to be in the world, and I hope I will see you all next time.
It was Grub in the Mimic Room, Mike.
Yeah. Well, the Georock there.
The Georock, my bad.
And of course, if you are in the future,
thank you for the raid.
Watching on YouTube,
the rest of your nail stream.
Please feel free to subscribe. And if you'd like to join us on Twitch for nails and games and chatting, come follow at twitch.tv/ColetteMSLP. I promise I'm not always brain dead on stream, but like a considerable amount of time, because it's live and shit happens live, and you just have to accept that sometimes you're dumb and it's popped live.
It was a 2-hour, 15-minute blackout.
It's been a good stream. The shorties are looking good. I hope you enjoyed, and thanks for watching.